All right, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic night so far. Hope you guys are all excited because it is update time here in Call of Duty Mobile. And I'm ready, man. I've actually done a really good job of staying clear of pretty much all of the Battle Pass leaks on Twitter. I've been so just out of it as far as like what this update's going to be, to the point where I don't even know what guns we're going to be getting. So this should be a lot of fun. I do know that we're going to be getting another new map from the Modern Warfare franchise. Not entirely, again, too sure what it's going to be, but this update is going to be all about the Halloween season, or all about the spooky season. And I'm hyped about it. So we got the new Battle Pass. I'm going to watch the trailer because I actually don't know what to expect. Bro, is this supposed to be like a vampire chick? Because low-key, I'm getting like some Resident Evil Village vampire girl vibes. You guys know what I'm talking about when I say that. Oh. Ah, no! Ah! Stop! Stop! I don't want to answer that question. Looks like a new HSO skin, I see, for the shotgun. Oh, this is Standoff, isn't it? Halloween Standoff, maybe even? Nightmare Season 9. Okay. Skeletons, scares, and score streaks. Prepare for a nightmare with the Season 9 Battle Pass. Now, yes, I've stayed pretty clear of leaks just because I haven't really been paying too much attention to Call of Duty Mobile lately. But this is like a good thing and a bad thing. Obviously, I haven't been paying attention to COD Mobile, so I don't know what to prepare for content on. But it makes me so much more excited and passionate about the season update because it just kind of hit. I felt like last season went by so fast. So come around update time here for the new season, I'm just going to be like taking it all in, super hyped that we're getting a bunch of new content again here. I saw a new UL, which I know actually just received a buff, so that's going to be good. Earn 50 tiers, blah, blah, blah. That we know of. I don't know if I have any CP in our account, but let me go ahead and attempt to purchase the 12-tier Premium Battle Pass, which is going to go straight through. So yeah, we did have enough CP to get that. Tier 14, I see the tech score streak. Okay, artery. Yeah, that's an equip. UL 736. It's got a pumpkin magazine on it. This is actually sick for one of the Battle Pass epics. Love it. HSO. This is the epic skin that we had just seen there. I actually do think I've seen this skin. I just didn't realize I did, because I have seen the iron sights for this. This is actually sick. We got some skeletons on it, and that will do it there. So how much CP will it cost to get to tier 50? I don't think we're going to be able to do that immediately here. All right, 12,000 should be enough here to finish the battle pass. So as I had mentioned, the TAC 5 operator is going to be added into the multiplayer this season, and we're going to be unlocking that at tier 14. And then tier 21 for free, you're going to be getting the Swordfish. Okay, so this is actually a pretty unique burst rifle from Black Ops 4. I used it a lot in the Blackout Battle Royale back then, so I'm sure I'll be trying it out again here in COD Mobile's Blackout. But this is a really fun weapon. Curious to see how it's going to perform on mobile, just because, you know, in the past here, we've not really seen a great burst weapon. Besides, I want to say the Pharaoh for like a very, very tiny time period. So interested to see the Swordfish, and we're definitely going to be using that here in today's video. We got the PP19 Bison. It's got like a, yeah, haystack on it. Haunted haystack, makes sense. Pretty cool looking skin. And for tier 50, we're going to be getting the Swordfish Mark II. Honestly, not the most amazing, flashy, epic skin, but it might actually have a custom iron sight, which, if I remember correctly, the Swordfish doesn't actually have iron sights. It has like a scope, like a very low-level powered scope. So let's go ahead and upgrade all the way to that tier 50 mark, and we're going to be showing off this epic that, again, is just pretty basic, but regardless. Oh, okay, tier 30, there's a skin there. I don't know if there's more epics in this battle pass than others. It definitely seems like that. Maybe it's just because most of these epics are actually noteworthy, but going from 13 to 50 here, we got the Generous Giver emote, a couple other just rare skins that we're not going to really be paying too much attention to. The Peacekeeper, I'm assuming like skeleton type variant. This actually looks pretty sick. Looks like the iron sights on this is going to be really clean as well. Kind of similar to like an ICR or something. So definitely like tomorrow or something we'll come out with the gameplay on this. because this one is clean. The spine rattle. We got Nikto Scarecrow. Actually love it. Good skin. Dude, I'm so excited for the legendary Gunzo skin that we're going to be getting. Monkey Bomb backpack? Okay, that's actually hype. You guys, I mean, if you're OG zombie fans, are going to love that skin as well. This is the bison that we were talking about. And here is our tier 50 Swordfish. So I'm going to go to the training base and actually like compare the two variants. Because again, potentially this might have a different looking iron sights, but if not, I mean, there's really no big appeal to this besides just the, actually there's no big appeal. Because you could just get like gold and put it on the regular Swordfish skin and it'd look exactly the same. But yeah, that will do it here for the battle pass. So let's go ahead and start equipping. Bro, okay, I'm sorry. I gotta address this. This looks literally like one of the Resident Evil Village chicks. Like they had to have known what they were doing when they were going for this skin. Like if throw on a necklace and it's literally Resident Evil Village girls. Bella, Cassandra, and Daniela were the 3 vampire girls, by the way. I'm pretty sure. If you guys haven't already seen it, I've done a full playthrough on Resident Evil Village, actually. You know, shameless plug, go check out the Plays channel. Anyway, let's go ahead and throw on the Swordfish. And as I'd mentioned, we're going to go ahead and throw on the epic version as well. We're going to show off all these battle pass skins in the training base. I'll see you in just a second. Okay, here we are in the training room with all of the skins equipped, starting off with just the core Swordfish, which this threw me off when I was just looking at it for a second. This thing has got little recoil with a really fast fire rate, really fast reset. By default, what is this? By default, it's a 4 burst. I think there might actually be an attachment here in COD Mobile that makes it a 5 burst. So super curious to see how deadly this weapon is. It should have really consistent 1 burst capability, especially if there is that 5 burst round. But yeah, as I'd mentioned before, the iron sights on this weapon are going to be like a low powered type ACOG. That's what the default Swordfish looks like. This is the Swordfish Mark II. And as I'd mentioned, it doesn't really have anything custom about it. So it's not like super cool besides just being like the tier 50 weapon. Personally, I think once you unlock diamond or even gold on the core Swordfish, then, you know, it's instantly going to be as cool, or if not even cooler than the epic. Moving on here, this is the epic Peacekeeper that we unlocked, and yeah, the iron sights on this are actually nuts. Really love the look of that and the reload there on this gun. Pretty clean. We got the PP at 19 at Bison Hay. Actually not as cool looking as I was hoping when you aim down sights, but you know, still free epic, or not free epic, battle pass epic skin. Can't really complain here. We do have the Scarecrow Nikto skin equipped with that, by the way, so that's what that paired up together looks like. We've got the UL epic that we just unlocked and its iron sights. Here's the reload for the pumpkin. And then finally the HS shotgun skin and its iron sights. Super clear, very like bulky looking base of the gun, and then there's the reload for that. As far as like testing the Swordfish goes, 33s all around to the head. We're gonna move this guy back a little bit just to see where the damage drop off is gonna be. Looks like if we're hitting chest shots at 30 meters, it's still actually gonna have the capability of 1 bursting, but the waist does have its own multiplier, which is gonna go down, going all the way back to 40 here. Still looks like as long as you're aiming at the chest at the start and you do hit all of your shots, you're gonna have a pretty consistent 1 burst. The next thing I really want to test out is like the body multiplier. So to the waist, and yeah, it looks like to the waist up, it's going to be a 1 burst within at least 10 meters. And then just to quickly test the arms, looks like they're not going to have a separate multiplier, so that's still going to be a 1 burst again, anywhere from the waist up. Legs, however, are going to be 21 each, so you're not going to quite be able to 4-tap there, which is, again, just 1 burst. 20 meters. Looks like that's finally when the waist goes down to a 2 burst, but from the chest up, or I should say the belly button up, it's going to be a 1 burst. So yeah, definitely looking like this is going to be a pretty solid burst rifle. Definitely going to be significantly better than any of the other bursts that we've seen. And it is, of course, an auto burst. That means all you have to do is just hold down your finger on the screen and it's going to cycle through the bursts automatically, which is super, super helpful. Excited to see how we can actually perform with this weapon. We're going to go through a look at the Gunsmith now and see like what different unique attachments we can throw on this and how we can build this gun out. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, the Halberg Mag, and this is going to allow your weapon to increase from a 4-shot to a 5-shot burst. The downside, of course, is going to be damage. It looks like it's going to be very minimal, but I would assume that's going to be enough to make it so the weapon actually can't 4-burst. We'll test that out in the training base. But the benefits, I mean, they're pretty crazy. 100% damage at range increase, which means you're literally doubling the amount of damage per range you're going to be doing. Minus 30% ADS bullet spread accuracy, again, big plus, and then minus 45% vertical recoil, which we were using just the default weapon, didn't really seem to have too much vertical recoil as it was. So we're going to equip this and now just test it out. So I'm not entirely too sure if this is going to be worth equipping. I want to say it is, despite the fact that now, since the damage has been reduced, we're actually not going to have the ability to 4-shot anymore. It's going to have to be a 5-shot in order to actually get a 1-burst, even in the closest range. But the benefit of this is you can now 1-burst to the feet, because each shot does 20, and now we have 5 shots instead of 4. So if you do hit your entire burst, you are going to be able to 1-burst. And again, this applies to any part of the body. It's going to be a 5-shot kill, which means you can literally 1-burst any part of the body. You just have to be a little bit more consistent on your bursts, which should be easy considering the fact that this thing does not have any recoil now. Look at that. That is a beam. So of course, you know, the vertical recoil making it a little bit easier to consistently 1-burst is huge. But now, also, our damage at range is going to be significantly increased. So I actually do think I'm going to be rocking this, especially because at those longer ranges, you're going to have the bullet spread accuracy increase. So I think we're going to go with that mag, at least, you know, early on here, just for my first impressions. So it's going to be a really interesting weapon. It's definitely unique to Call of Duty Mobile. First time we're probably going to have a super viable burst weapon. So with all that being said, I'm going to start queuing up into our first ranked match and really test the Swordfish. I am also going to be throwing on the TAC 5 just for the sake of showing it off. I don't think after today I'm really going to be rocking it, just because I think Kinetic is a much more powerful operator for me personally. And then it's worth mentioning that the Swarm did receive a pretty significant buff this season, so I'm excited just to see how much more powerful one of my favorite score streaks is going to be. All right, game number 1, we found ourselves a team deathmatch on Shoot House, which should be pretty good because we have those long lanes to just burst players at. Go ahead and lay a trip mine down. Oh, I think that was a 1-burst. I see we got this one player near. There we go, taking them on out. We have another one on the radar, just kind of like sitting over here. Another 1-burst. Yeah, it's such a long range. That's actually crazy. The time to kill is going to be nuts. Yeah, it seems like no matter what, you're going to be 1-bursting with this weapon. Doesn't matter the range, doesn't matter the situation. As long as you hit every shot, it's going to be a 1-burst. Anyway, let me go ahead and pop the Tech 5 here. And if you guys take a look at our teammates, everyone's going to have a boosted amount of HP, including ourselves. I will say this weapon has like a difficulty to use, so not everybody's just going to be able to pick it up and do really good with it, which is good because it does have a skill gap. But at the same time, I think that's what's really going to be holding it back from being probably a meta gun, especially because the Halberg and MX weren't touched in multiplayer at all. That being said, it's definitely a super fun change to what we're used to using. Players pushing in. It's going to be another one. Just going to try to stay playing long range here. Yeah, those 1-bursts are so satisfying. As far as like rushing around with this weapon, definitely do not recommend it. Got a player just sitting back there with their hives. Got him. Oh, double killed them. Okay, we got our TAC 5. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that. All right, that'll do it here for game number 1. Okay, going into this next game, I decided to make a couple of changes to the loadout. So first, I removed the stock and replaced it with the classic red dot sight. The reason for this is although the iron sights for the weapon look like they're super easy to use, they really aren't. So I just figured for my personal playing style, in order to be a little bit more accurate, we're going to throw on the red dot, not only just because of how it looks, but it does increase the zoom of your ADS by a slight little bit, making it a little bit easier for those mid-range kills. Next up, we did remove the magazine that made the weapon a 5-shot kill, as well as decrease the damage and did some crazy things with the range, and replaced it with the MIP extended light barrel, which is going to give us a little bit of that range that we're going to be losing back, but in a whole, it's going to make it so the weapon is a 4-shot kill potentially. And the reason for this is just because it felt like even though the weapon as a 5-shot potentially could 1-burst every single time, no matter what part of the body, it just was a lot more difficult for me to hit 5 shots consistently in 1 burst as opposed to doing it with only 4. Since the actual fire rate of the bursts don't change, but the number of shots that it takes do, you're actually going to be decreasing your time to kill and also just making it a lot more difficult on yourself to get those 1 bursts because now you have to hit 5 shots. I said this before, but Burst weapons, especially in Call of Duty Mobile, tend to be a lot better on paper than they are in a practical scenario, just because of how difficult they are to use. You have to be on a super high skill level with that weapon to have a consistent fast time to kill, consistent one-shot rate. At the end of the day, burst weapons are super high risk, high reward. If you get your one burst, you're going to be eliminating your opponent extremely fast, and especially with this weapon at so many different ranges. But if you don't get them in the first burst, then that time to kill just jumps up a significant amount during the burst cycle. So after using this in game, I don't see this becoming meta, especially just because of how much easier the full auto meta weapons are right now. But we're going to hop into another game with the 4-shot version of this and see how we can do. And we got another TDM. We seem to be getting a lot of them here lately. It's going to be on raid, though. I haven't played this map in a while, especially for a TDM. This is probably going to be another one of the better maps here for this gun, just because a lot of the lanes and gunfights you're going to be taking are a little bit longer than typical maps. So let's see what we can do. I'm going to try to rush here off the start and hopefully catch a player out in the open. Got a player here by the van. There we go, picking up kill number 1. Definitely just in that gunfight alone, I could tell that the 4-shot version of this is much easier to use. So again, I think that's probably going to be my personal choice, just because it takes less shots to kill. Despite the fact that, you know, it doesn't actually one burst to the foot. I'm typically a player who does shoot the chest and above on a regular basis, though, anyway. There we go, picking up a one burst. And a drop shot for the second. That's going to get us a UAV. Go ahead and pop that into this guy. Okay. Got our kinetic armor. We're going to go ahead and pop that and just push these players. Able to pick them both off. It's going to get us closer here to this swarm. Hear a lot of shots going around here in mid.
Contact with enemy. Contact with enemy.
Yeah, definitely the 4-shot's the way.
Enemy contact.
Okay, that'll get us our first swarm here since the buff, so I'm super curious to see how those do. I know Bobby posted a clip and he had died to a swarm 3 times during like one set of enemy swarm. So that was really cool to see. I'm hoping they actually got buffed a pretty significant amount, because you guys know one of my favorite all-time streaks to use. Playing the advanced UAV right now, we're actually kind of pinned down. I'm gonna fall back, let the swarm maybe clear out the enemies a little bit. And now that we have the kinetic, we can go ahead and use this as well. 2 players in front of us. Able to one burst 1. Take out the second, and we're gonna go ahead and prepare for this fresh spawn up over here. Teammates actually taking them out, and looks like we're gonna have more in front of us. Go ahead and pop the UAV. They actually push Zig.
Enemy shock RC is coming.
Go ahead and hit this reload. We're actually running really low here on ammo. Yeah. I'm a much bigger fan of the 4 burst. Just, it's much more controlled and easy to use. I have 2 bursts left here. And that'll be just enough here for us to secure a kill. Down to just the shotgun. I'm hearing a player on a flank. I'll get us a swarm. Go ahead and pop the kinetic armor. See if this player is pushing us. They might actually be dead, so give me the opportunity to pick up the Peacekeeper here. Pop the advanced UAV. And we are staying alive right now. I'm going to start playing aggressive. Ooh, that kill might have been the nuke. There it is. Nice. Team deathmatch nuke for a second matchup. That'll do it, though, for the game. I can't say it enough. Definitely the 4-shot felt like it was in much easier control to get those kills. Less often, I was one bursting, but I was actually getting the 2 bursts more often than when I was using the 5-shot. That's just my personal take on the weapon. Of course, I only used it here for a couple of games, so it's still a little bit too early to officially tell. I'd love to know what you guys think of the weapon down in the comments section below, if you've even unlocked it so far. But regardless, guys, that will do it here for myself today. Just kind of showing off the Battle Pass weapons and getting my initial impressions of the Swordfish. Definitely looking forward to using a lot of the rebalanced weapons this season and just playing the game a lot more this season. So thank you guys all so much for watching. That'll do it here for myself. I'll catch you all in the next one.